Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Unofficial Commentary on Power Rangers Dino Supercharge. This week is Episode 11, Love at First Fight. Let's begin. Yeah, I'm almost certain that morphing sequence, at least the stock footage, is taken from the Sentai because, you look at that and you see that the Gold Ranger is actually gold. Maybe you should stop threatening your henchmen while they're doing something delicate. Who does? Um... Sure you are. I'm sorry, what? What's going on here? Thank you. In fact, you look even worse than you did before. Maybe you could just bomb their base. Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power. In a world full of strife, we must fight to survive. Try to break the chains that divide. There is only one chance to take the right stance. Hold tight, keep our power alive. Go, go, Power Rangers, don't you ever stop. Go, go, Power Rangers, you will rise up to the top. Rangers forever, Dino Charge all together. Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Dino Charge. You know, they have a good shot that they could be using for this, but... wait, seriously? Seriously, y'all are pretending you have that card? The plan... Yeah, be more specific! Okay, Kendall's actually doing something, but... Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. You don't have to tear it out. You can just... get him some freaking Legos. Okay, that went a bit too far. It was sweet, and now it's stupid. Okay. It's actually still kind of sweet. Okay, clean up the dialogue a bit, and this is actually not that bad a scene, but I have a... Yep! Knew they'd have to screw it up somehow. I have a spaceship. We have 2 spaceships. I could take you into space on my friend's spaceship. She hardly ever uses it. Please, oh, Sentai footage. Where do they usually come from? Or how are you sure those aren't just helmets? How did you get close enough? How did you get close enough to them to actually do that? Uh-huh. Well, yes, they're... Wow, discount Psycho Rangers. Yeah, of course they are. This is a tale as old as time, basically. Seriously? What? What? Come on, they only brushed a couple of the Rangers. Yeah, see, Chase and Tyler are still fine. Probably not for long, though. And it looks like we just dropped into original footage. Henshin! I'm almost certain that's not how that works. Take a page out of Yu-Gi-Oh's book and just make their eyes glow or something. And Sentai footage. You guys didn't even think of that earlier? Original footage, I think. Yeah, the suits are freaking dirty. Yep, that's what I thought. Oh, well, yeah, of course they're gonna go ahead. Screw with, Dude, what the hell? Dear freaking lord, this is getting... Ugh. Yes, we know. The dubbing... I know what it's supposed to be. I know it's supposed to be... Like... You're not noticing the big pink stripe down Tyler's back? Oh, that's... Getting... Yeah. Ivan notices it. Coda notices it. Chase doesn't notice it. There are aliens all over the freaking planet, dude. I'm a Power Ranger. I've got the world to save. That's a great card to be able to play. He died. No, Jesus Christ. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. What do? We swim. And you guys don't think this might be a freaking trap? Yeah, Tell her your name. How do they know she didn't just steal the purse? I mean, yes, it is kind of suspicious, but yeah. Oh, yes, we're reusing the. I love how nonchalant Philip is about everything. Or we could just kill them, torture them. Philip, you're the crown prince of Xandar. And this is going to screw things badly. For Chase here. How exactly is Prince Philip not more well suited for this situation? What about Ivan? Of course, we have to see that. Uh, uh, Jesus Christ, that was awesome! This guy is perfectly suited to being the villain. Why is this series not better? Why are y'all out in public where your girlfriend can see you? Huh? Oh, for God's sake, just mess her up already. Why are you... Seriously, man. Who needs eyes? That's why I close mine. How is this monster so stupid that she doesn't realize he's manipulating her? Why are you guys in public again? This is exactly what I said was going to happen. Oh, come on. Yes! I'm the Black Ranger is a great card to be able to play about now. I'm almost certain that's not how it's supposed to work, but whatever. Cut out the quirky music and seriously, cut this shit out and just let Chase kill her. No, don't do that. Walk up to her and put two in her head. Why do you have only one set of that then? Yep, American footage. Oh, yes, he is. And we've gone into Sentai footage. Seriously, he didn't even have Mini Rexy in his hands. This isn't even necessary. Why wasn't Chase the one to kill her? What? Where did those Vivazords come from and why are they brown? Where in the hell did that thing come from? You know, I don't know why people complain about the Titano Charge Megazord. It looks exactly like the CGI. Oh, good lord, that is a horrible pun. We have, like, 5 Megazords. Why aren't we using them? You have enough Zords for every Ranger to be in a Zord. Why is Chase's Zord not attached? Extreme Makeover? How about... Don't screw you, you bitch. You ruined my life. Oh, don't worry. You're hideous as you are. Yes, you can. There is a single card that you need to play in this situation. And it is the best damn card you can play. I am a superhero. Took them long enough. 1.5 seasons. I'd have to go back and pinpoint the actual episode, but it took them forever. Oh, good lord, that... Weak connection? It should have been more staticky, first off. Second off, and this is very important, who was doing Silver Ranger's voice? Because that don't sound crap like the awesome voice they used on the Titano Charge Morpher. And, you know, pinpoint his location. Fly out there with your freaking spaceship. Or hell, if you're not comfortable using your own, see if you can borrow Lost Galaxies. See if you can borrow the Mega Winger. You know, the in-space stuff. I'm sure the U.S. government has probably got something that they're working on behind the scenes. You know, they're probably working on SPD right now. Do something. You guys have space flight capability. And they're just ignoring that they have spaceflight capability, just like they did when they didn't go out into space to kill Sledge. Just like when they flew out during the Halloween special into space and bombed Sledge's ship and then didn't go back for more. They had the capability the entire time they had the freaking... sorry. The entire time they had the freaking TerraCharge Megazord. They had capability the entire time they had the Plesiocharge Megazord. And they have it now. And they have flight capability so they could find where Sledge's ship is. And, or better yet, they could fly up to the moon, find Rita Repulsa. Jesus Christ, what did I say that for? Find Rita Repulsa's telescope and use that to locate Sledge. Not just Sledge, use that to locate Sledge's ship. Use that to locate Snide. Use that to locate Heckle. Use that to locate all of the freaking guys around the freaking... I mean, granted, that was probably destroyed at some point during one of the many moon invasions. But you get my point, don't you? They have the ability. Why don't they use it? They've introduced... Okay, some of it comes down to original footage versus Sentai footage. Because, you know, all the Sledge stuff, that's all original footage. Sledge is an original villain, and his ship, that's an original concept. But they still went out into space in the Halloween special when you just can't get rid of a bomb. So why didn't they do that with the rest of it? When they got the freaking Terracharge Megazord. Why? Why didn't they go into space when they got the friggin' Space Shuttle Zord? The Plesiocharge Zord. The thing is literally a spaceship. The thing is literally designed to go into space. It's got cannons. It's got attachments. They went into space on it once. And I'm assuming that because I haven't watched Kyoryuger, but I'm assuming that the whole Brachiosaurus Ranger is in space thing is an original concept. That's something that's original to Dino Charge. That's not something they took from Kyoryuger, which would kind of explain why they haven't gone into space to go find him yet. At least from a production standpoint, not from a story perspective. And, you know, they've shown an unwillingness. They've shown a massive unwillingness to shoot original footage for the Focus Ranger to actually be the one who does the important stuff. And I just keep thinking of how Eddie Gazzellian would write each of these scenes. How would Eddie Gazzellian write these scenes? Well, Chase would have walked up to Beauticruel and put two in her head. And that would have been the end of the episode. You know, him reconciling with his girlfriend and whatnot. Not as well. But you know, there wouldn't have been nearly as many stupid antics. It would have been, you know, the stuff that was intended to be comedy would have actually been funny if Gazzellian wrote it. And, you know, I hate to say this, because I think this was a really good episode. It just needed to be cleaned up a little bit. Tighten up the storylines, tighten up the dialogue. Give Beauticruel a less cringeworthy voice, first off. Seriously, yes. Do something different about that. You know, get me... You know, if I ever have the opportunity to do like a remastered Power Rangers thing, what I'll do is I'll go back to the original masters, like the audio they recorded on set, and have... Is that Rebecca? Whatever the redhead's name was. Just add a little glow to her eyes and have her just speaking in a regular voice. Just have... And cut out some of the really bad scenes. Well, actually, I could just cut out one and it would be better. And then... See, now a lot of the problems can be fixed by editing, but some of them can't be. Like, for instance, a lot of the failings of this episode come from horrible writing. Although the horrible writing isn't, you know, some of the writing could be salvaged by decent direction. With decent direction, this episode would have been great. With better music, it would have been great. With a Ron Wasserman score, you could have had a monumental episode, an emotional episode with the characters actually feeling things. And, you know, and this is just my 2 cents, if I was running it, I would have just had Snide or, Heckle. Heckle is the human form. I would have just had Heckle kill those two. Like, he just puts two in the back of their head and throws them off a cliff. Because they're useless. They're all useless. He's the only one who actually he does anything that actually matters most of the time. Just him leading an army of Viveks, or like some of the more competent villains in the series, would have been so significantly better than any of this. It was like, have Sledge's ship crash during the prehistoric era, during the time of the dinosaurs. Have Sledge crash back then. And then have, and I know this is taken a bit from Transformers, but have them like fall into cryostasis, because we've already seen that's possible, you know? And this series is really seriously bending rules, but, you know, just lock up all of them in cryostasis for a while. And then have them, like, thaw out or whatever. And then boom, all the plot holes are resolved. Not nearly as bad as Sledge roaming the galaxy, or at least the solar system, for, 30 million years? Humanoid life forms existing before there were even humanoids? I mean, granted, Power Rangers isn't exactly great for keeping with real-world science, but that's a bit too egregious, I think. That's a bit too much to go for. And, I don't know of any ship that would still be working after 1,000 years, much less 30 million, 45 million, whatever. Because the Enterprise A stopped working after one mission. They had to really seriously mess with that to keep it working. The refitted Enterprise was a freaking mess. And that thing was only like 20, 30 years old. And the Enterprise D, one of the best ships ever made, was aging incredibly fast as well. Not like it was behind the times or anything, but it was just not 100% up to par by the time it was destroyed. And see, Saban, that's how you use the word destroyed. Destroyed refers to vehicles and ships. Killed refers to living beings. I don't care if it would bring you up to a PG rating. Bring it up to the PG rating so that you can have a little more room to maneuver. Or does Nickelodeon not want you to do that? Are you afraid of the same people that complained about Lord Zed being too scary coming back? Because those people will complain. Those people complain anyways. Those are the people that will complain no matter what you do. So do your jobs and tell a good story and sell me toys that I actually want to buy because they are important to the show. Like Ari Boylan said, show the toy, sell the toy. But the most important part is sell the toy in a way that people actually want to buy it rather than it just being obvious that you're showing it off so that people will buy it. That shouldn't be that hard to understand. I want action figures from my favorite series because of what they represent as part of that series. To a certain extent, I like things that are cool, and yes, don't get me wrong. This show, I don't particularly like this show. I like some of the really good episodes, like this one. This one is actually pretty good. But I actually do kind of like the Megazord line and the figures. I especially like the Dino Supercharge figures. But I would be more wanting to buy them if the series was really, 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 really good. I mean, there's a reason why I want Jungle Fury and RPM Legacy figures in the new Legacy figure line. It's because those are some of the best freaking series in the entire franchise. I like the characters. I like what they represent. I like Casey. I like Theo. I like Summer. I like Lily. I like Scott. I like RJ. I like Dominic. I like Master Fant, Master Swoop, Master Finn. I like all of those characters, all of those Rangers. That's why I would want figures of those characters. However, there are, for seasons like this, I don't want figures for most of these Rangers, for most of these monsters, because most of these Rangers are idiots. Most of the monsters are not memorable. And most of what goes on isn't all that cool. There's a reason why I want an Ivan figure, a Philip figure, a Coda figure, and the Silver Ranger figure, because those are, well, the Silver Ranger figure is mostly because it's cool, but I mainly like those, like the Dino Superdrive specifically. I like those characters, and that's why I would want to buy those figures. If I don't like the characters, I'm not going to want to buy the figures. It's as simple as that. And I know you're not going to be able to please everybody. But do your best and try to write characters that are competent at the very least. At the very least, characters that are competent, characters that are smart, characters that don't fall for every single stupid trick in the book. Yes, some people will buy figures just because they're cool, just because they like the way they look. I think that's the entire reasoning behind anybody wanting the red Terracharge Megazord, the black T-Rex Zord. Hell, the entire black and gold line. And all those variant colors. The only reason anybody would even want those is because they're cool. Most people just want stuff that appears in the show, but, I'll make an exception if something is really, really, really cool. Really, really, really good. Okay? But that exception has to come with, if somebody's buying those instead of the main line, if somebody wants to have, say for instance, I would rather have the Red Terracharge Megazord than the main Dino Charge Megazord. And the reason why is because I think Ivan would be a better Red Ranger than Tyler. And I also think, for instance, you could compress this character cast down significantly and lose nothing. There are too many personality traits spread across... There are not enough personality traits spread across too many different characters. Philip is the only well-rounded character in the entire series, except for maybe Ivan and Coda. Just do me a freaking favor, and for the next season for Ninja Steel, because you've only got like 6 Rangers. You've only got... Actually, they only have 7. So, just fill the characters, make them well-rounded characters, fill them with character traits, and don't spread out character traits that would make a single well-rounded character to multiple. Because if you can pull off a 7-Ranger series, which, heaven forbid, heaven forbid that you actually try and pull off more than like 3 Rangers, because I don't actually think that that's going to work, because, despite the fact that they have 10 Rangers in this, they had 6 Rangers, 7 Rangers in Megaforce. They had 7 Rangers in Megaforce, 7 Rangers in Samurai. Both of those series sucked. They had red, blue, black, yellow, pink, silver, and Robo Knight and Megaforce. And then they had the 2 reds, the Gold Ranger, green, pink, and yellow for samurai. And I'm probably getting a few things wrong here, but you just... What is wrong? What is going on behind the scenes that they're not able to write not able or willing to write well-rounded characters anymore? Because this is basically the same crew that worked on In Space, that worked on RPM. Oh, one guy on this crew worked on RPM. And let's be perfectly honest here, he was working off of Gazellion's writing. But, you know, these are the guys who did In Space, Time Force, the series that people really, really like. It's basically the same people. What's changed? Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is probably the weak point here. I mean, it seems obvious, yes, but just do yourself a favor. Put the next season on Netflix. Make it a Netflix original series. Make it a, put it on something else. Put it on, like, the CW. Do something. Do something that's good. Make a good decision. That's all I ask. That is all I ask, is that you just do something and you make it a good series. Make Ninja Steel better than Dino Charge. Even if it takes us 10 years, if you can make each series incrementally better than the last, you'll be doing a better job than you have been before. Well, I've talked for about twice the length of the episode on the merits of toy sales and whatnot, and what I want to see out of Ninja Steel. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I'll see you guys next week. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week with more unofficial commentary on Power Rangers Dino Supercharge.